Hello. Good afternoon. Sorry I'm 2 minutes late because I switched to the new Facebook and it wouldn't let me go live. So I was like, oh, so I had to Google, be like, what do I need to do? Because I hate being late to anything. So apologize, even though it's only 1 minute. So hi guys, hi Chris. Good to see you. Love you. How are you guys feeling today? I'm feeling a little rundown. I think I'm trying to do too many things at once. Um, but I'm trying to pace myself. It's a lot different just being constantly at home because then I can just be on my computer all the time doing stuff. So I think I just need to take a breath and let go of some stuff and not freak myself out that I didn't get something accomplished because tomorrow is another day, as they say. What are you guys drinking? I've been waiting for mine to steep a little bit longer, but I'm just drinking Earl Grey right now, which is one of my favorites actually that has caffeine in it. I used to drink it every morning. Now I've gotten back into coffee, but I kind of want to go back to Earl Grey because I felt fancy when I was drinking it. Chai black tea, that's another good one. That one, if you steep it too long, I feel like it gets super bitter though, but that's just me. I don't put sugar or cream in any of my tea, so anything that I steep for too long, I usually feel like, oh man, I should, because I usually just leave the bag in until I'm done. So maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But yeah, so pretty much what I kind of wanted to talk about today was first off, what you're thankful for. I feel like we need to continue that practice. Hi, Myra. Um, of stopping every so often in our day and just being grateful for something, anything, your breath. Today, I'm grateful for my family and my online community because recently we did a Zoom with my family, my sisters. So that made it feel less isolating. I cannot say enough about Zoom. So if you don't have one, it's free. You only get like 45 minutes each time and a certain amount, but whatever, it's worth it. I really enjoy Zoom because you can see each other, you can talk. There's even a little place where you can chat if you had mixed company, talk privately to each other. But yeah, I feel like everybody and their mom is on Zoom right now. Uh, so it's a great platform for the moment for sure. So I'm just grateful that there's that option that I can talk to people that I want to and see face-to-face contact anytime I want, really. So we're very lucky to be in the time that we are, because otherwise we just wouldn't be seeing anybody because it's wasn't available. So that's another thing to be grateful for, that this is happening in the time that we can still connect in a real way with people, even though we're not actually physically seeing them. Who else is drinking anything? I'm thankful for having a house to quarantine in. Very true. It's super cold up here today. That's why I'm not going to do like a meditation outside today. But some people, they don't have that. Hi, Jen. Good to see you. Miss you. What are you guys drinking? Oh, my teacup today. I think it has little violets on it. It's pretty cute. I like it. It's smaller than I prefer. I like a bigger gulp, even though it's scalding hot right now. Mm. Yeah, just start to think about something that you're grateful for. Make sure that it's not the same thing you said the last time you thought about what you're grateful for, so you can make your mind work a little bit. Um, okay, so I was thinking about the topic that I wanted to talk to you about today was getting out of your head, getting out of your own way. A lot of times, whenever I have issues, it's because I'm overthinking things and I am thinking of a past instance that whatever this situation was happened to me, and it literally just brings me back to that time frame. Regardless of when it was, it could be when I was a kid, it could be when, 2 years ago with somebody different. It just completely boggles my mind that that's how the brain works. So in yoga and in a lot of Indian practices, it's called a samskara. So I wanted to read you the actual Wikipedia for what a samskara is, because a lot of people haven't heard of that term. So it's mental impressions, recollections, or psychological imprints. So if you use them, these thoughts, these feelings often enough, they become a habit, they become habitual. So if you have negative thoughts about yourself or about a certain topic, it will eventually become something that's exactly where you go to every time. Recently, it's been kind of called like a trigger. What triggers your brain to think of a certain, just a certain way, a certain wavelength that you have? Um, an example of this, for me, is any confrontation that I have with anyone, be it my wife, be it a friend, coworker. I automatically, and it doesn't even have to be a negative confrontation. It's just, I'm being very direct with you, and this is how I feel. I have always had a problem with communicating. Hi, Candy. Um, and I take things, criticism, negatively, regardless of if it was like a positive and a negative and a positive, like an Oreo kind of situation. But I always kind of shrink back into when I was a kid and I feel like I'm being reprimanded. And so these emotions flood me of like, I'm not good enough. What did I do? Why are you mad at me? What's going on? What can I do to get out of the situation? And so I literally like curl into myself a lot of times. And it could be nothing like that first experience of feeling not enough, but my brain goes there. And it's my samskara that I'm constantly cycling back into when I have a confrontation with anything. Sometimes it's easier for me to handle uh, if it's a smaller confrontation. So it's just like, hey, you did this wrong at work. Please don't do that again. I'll kind of be like, okay, that's just information I needed to know. That's completely fine. That's all I needed to be. And then it's because I'm very conscious of what I've been dealing with that particular one. Um, Before I would again probably act normal and then just be like, why did that person say that to me? Am I doing the wrong? Am I doing a bad job? What's going on? Da, 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 and it just flies off, and I can't stop it sometimes. But recently, in the past couple months, I've really been trying to reel it in. And instead of reacting immediately, I stop and say, hey, yeah, so and so said something to me and I feel slightly threatened or whatever. And it doesn't make sense. Like, it literally doesn't make sense that I'm feeling this way. It's nothing like they're coming against me. Hi, Tiffany. It's nothing that, negative. Why are you making it negative? Why are you going to that dark place when there's really no need for it? So I stop myself before I react. And that's the only way that I can get out of my samskara, of my cycle of just negative, 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 why, and it kind of stops. I think of how it is now and not how it was. So that's how I've been trying to deal with it. Like, I take that breath before I react to something that I would normally snap at or get angry about or frustrated, like, oh, this person, like they don't understand me, and kind of go back to when I was a kid and that kid mentality of like, well, you don't know anything. And I stop myself and say, that is not what is happening. now. That's not helpful to anybody, the way I'm reacting. Um, so I don't know if any of you guys have felt a little bit of uptick in anger and frustration since the world has shifted so completely. Um, Everyone I've talked to has a little bit at least. Some people they haven't shifted at all because they're essential. And if anything, they're working more. So there's such this shift of like all these people who can't do anything and are stuck, and other people are forced to do so much, don't want to, but they have to. So, I mean, it makes sense that people are more frustrated or more angry in general life. Even when you have kids at home, you're not used to them being home all the time. So that can lead to frustration because if they're being lazy or if you ask them to do something and they don't, it's like, come on, guys, we're in this together. And so you just kind of snap quicker. Um, Candy, I just had this happen this morning. It happens to me a lot. Sorry, I gotta get more tea. Anyone else drinking cool stuff that they want to share? Still very hot. Um, but I think that if we try to, again, stay in the moment, be grateful that one, either you have a job that you're forced to go to and you're still getting paid and you can pay your bills, or two, you get to be with your family and home and you're able to relax a little bit more and maybe do work from home. Always stopping yourself from just reacting to that anger and that frustration that can just come out of nowhere. Um, and again, this is one of my biggest issues that I've had to deal with myself because for some reason it's just I have a very quick temper. And that's far from where I want to be. So that's definitely something that I will probably be working on for the rest of my life because just how I grew into being, and that's kind of how I see myself. And I'm trying to kind of shift out of that angry, very quick, moody kind of thing. I used to take bipolar medication because these shifts in emotion would just come out of nowhere, and I would feel incapacitated because I couldn't communicate why I was reacting the way I was. And it was because I wasn't reacting to what was happening to me at the time. I was reacting to all of these other things that were kind of similar to the way this is happening. And that's why, oh man, sorry. I have a bunch of different alarms for myself to keep myself in the moment. That one was look at the water because not a lot of people have the view I do. So that's another grateful thing. But I basically have to tell myself this is not then. This is now. How do I communicate what I feel, how I feel in the moment and not fly off the handle? I feel like I say that a lot, but that's how it feels. It's just like you're out there and you can't stop yourself sometimes. Um, but now I'm starting to find this sense of inner peace, finding myself and not allowing the world to upset me. That's the goal, right? Having a hard time being at home as much as I am. I love going to my job and I truly miss that right now. I got it. I miss interaction with others too. I miss the feeling of knowing you're doing a good job and doing a job that you enjoy. Even if you don't even like your job, at least you feel like, hey, I did that well today. You know, make a new tape candy for sure. So like stop your brain from just putting that old reel on because that's literally what's happening. And shift into the present moment. Take a breath again, constantly taking breaths when you're just like, don't react, think about it, feel what you're supposed to be feeling, but don't try and grab from past experiences unless you need to. If no, this one person has been doing all of these bad things to me, yes, you don't want to forget that. But You also, I mean, it's a new day every single day. Every second you're shifting and you're evolving. So you have to think of things at the moment. So I think that everybody is feeling a little more on edge. So having this thought of gratitude of, hey, regardless of where I'm at, this is awesome. I'm grateful for whatever I have, and not concentrating on what we're missing is really the only way that we're going to get out of this sane and and complete in our minds, because otherwise people, I've read horrible things about people having more child abuse cases happening and domestic violence and stuff because they're contained and they don't know how to react to the situation that they're in now. They're angry, they get triggered by something. Could be a look, could be a tone of voice, could be that they forgot to do something and you're mad about it. And then you're just like, oh, you got, and then this is what happens. So just making sure too that we're kind of keeping track of each other, of our family members, especially the ones that are shut in, and then the ones that have to lay their life in danger, in danger's path, so that we can be protected and we can have food in our pantries, and we can, not have to worry about theft and all this kind of stuff. So there's so many people out there that wish they could be in the other one's shoes because it's either that or this kind of thing. So I wrote a meditation on anger. Um, so gonna kind of go to that next. I have my handy dandy binder. Um, so I want you to start by closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. Don't try and change it in any way. Just keep your mind on each inhale and each exhale. Think of an incident where you became angry or felt frustrated. Now ask yourself, why did I get angry? Try and figure out what was your trigger in this incident. What was its cause? Think about if it's what somebody did that made you angry. Were your feelings valid for that situation? Were you really angry, or were you on a ride to the past with your emotions? Say these affirmations aloud after me. I am not the mind. I will stop to evaluate my feelings before jumping to anger. I am strong and I react to situations with a level head. I am grateful for each moment of my day. Take 2 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Smile and open your eyes. You are not the body and you are not the mind. You control both. Thank you so much for joining me. I believe my next one is this Friday. I don't know if that's true. But make sure you take care of each other. Remember what you're grateful for whenever you feel that anger or frustration rise. And know that I am always here with you and we are all connected. Thank you so much. Love and light. Namaste.